go.
Fourth down, the final play.
What's up?
Unless they can stick it in the end zone. Dorsey under pressure, throws it. Incomplete. The Buckeyes win. Ezekiel Elliott, and he's got an opening. Elliott off to the races. Can they catch him?
Feature the two backs as receivers, and now a downfield shot on first down for the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State strikes first. Making adjustments again, and there is Smith running free, breaks a tackle. Ohio State strikes quickly from 45 yards. Pressure comes. Sword, knock it out, and picks it up. Jack Sword coming down the sidelines. Ohio State scoop and score and dagger from 82 yards.
Here they come.
Heavy pressure. Howard delivers downfield. It's Smith. He's got it. Jeremiah Smith. The 2025 College Football National Champion, Coach Ryan Day, and the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Welcome in, Buckeye backers. We are bringing it to you live from Seattle, Washington, to the cornfields of Enid, Ohio. We are the pulse of Buckeye fans across the nation, with Seattle Matt and Buckeye Steve. Buckeye backers, it is Buckeye Steve and Alex Bryan, aka King Buckeye, on the mic today. We're through 3 games. The season's almost a fourth of the way done, depending on how far we go in the playoffs. Because let's be honest, this is a team that's making the playoffs, right?
Oh yeah, I would be very surprised if they didn't. A lot of the haters thought that we'd have a team up north 2024 type season as defending champs, but we don't do these rebuilds.
Rebuilds not in our vocabulary. It's just not a thing that Ohio State does. Billy Tuesday back again evening. Billy, thanks for joining us. Billy was on the spot this weekend, bringing us stats. I think he corrected us once. That was great too.
Nice.
Awesome. Good guy. Yeah. Thanks for joining us. I like the name too. Hey, so is this a championship level team from what you saw 3 weeks? I know that's quick to say. Is this repeat possible?
The repeat is definitely possible. Obviously we saw some things that in this Ohio game that, if they repeat, could be very concerning. Maybe it was just a one-off for one game. We'll find out. But we got the meat of our schedule coming up in these next 4 or 5 games. So hopefully during this bye week, we're getting a lot of that ironed out, and
absolutely
that we're getting where we need to be for the meat of the schedule there.
Hey, one thing I got to go over real quick. Get in there, like, subscribe, share the show. Hey, it is football season. It is time. We got our official merch going on. Buckeye backers hats. Billy Tuesday is on his way to earning them. Keep the comments coming in the locker room. That is, comments. The comment section is what we call the locker room. The locker room's only going to get bigger and better from here because good things are to come. Eventually, it's going to turn into a message board on our college football backers website. So more things to come from our nature of the things. Anyway, let's get back into it. You don't think this is?
I think it's possible. I don't want to jump. I don't want to jump the gun.
You don't want to jinx it. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's definitely possible though.
Yeah.
Definitely more possible than I thought preseason, because I had us losing that Texas game, and then we won that, and I'm thinking, okay, well, gosh, maybe 2 losses isn't going to happen. Maybe 1 loss at most. So
yeah.
I mean, they're definitely playing like a team, especially on the defensive side of the ball, that can repeat. And when you look at other teams that I thought would be in the mix in this playoff, like Clemson, boy, do they look awful. Notre Dame could still make the playoff as a 10-2 team. Don't get me wrong. They haven't looked awful, but they haven't looked as good as they were last year, especially on the offensive line. Georgia, they have a lot more question marks than we do and don't look like the greatest team in the world in a lot of ways. So there's just a lot of things that go into it from preseason to now when we're 1/3 of the way through the regular season schedule. And honestly, outside of like Oregon, you know, I think it's Ohio State, Oregon, Gap, rest of the field.
And everyone else. Yeah. I can agree with that. The thing that, before we go on to the Ohio State side of things, the thing that I want to speak about is Notre Dame kind of came out of nowhere last year. Like no one was expecting that to be the national title type team. And they got there even after devastating start of the season. So we could see a team flip the script for sure.
For sure. Yeah.
And this, Billy, absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Julian only going to get better. Stop missing open reads in the end zone. Yeah, there was twice, that he missed open reads. But you got to take a snippet of that too. You're right. Was that his main read? I want to get the all 22 on that one in the end zone where he missed C.J. Donaldson going out in the flat, because he was wide open. There was something developing in the back of the end zones because that's where his eyes were. And then all of a sudden the pressure came and he escaped the pocket and, lost control of, all of his emotions in the middle of the play.
Yeah.
Something I think my guess is that it was developing to either one of the tight ends or Jeremiah Smith because he really wanted to throw that ball there. And it just didn't. And Ohio's defense will give them credit, man. They made plays. There was a lot of plays that we could have made that the Bobcats were playing, man. They came out to play. And all of a sudden, Ohio State turned it on in the third quarter. After that first touchdown, they're like, no more of this. We're not playing anymore. The concerning thing is that red zone offense. And I think that's the biggest thing that's holding us back. Every time Day has had a quarterback that's primarily a passing quarterback, the red zone offense has been down.
Yeah.
A running quarterback in the red zone changes things. But what the hell I want to know is why isn't Sayin running? Why? There is no real reason. There was quarterback issues in depth before. That's why Justin Fields didn't run as much as he probably should have. That's why CJ Stroud didn't run definitely as much as he should have. But you're seeing the same things happen with Julian Sayin, that he's not running when it's wide open. I mean, if you can get 10 to 12 yards without someone touching you, you run the damn ball, all right? And that breaks a defense's will. Absolutely breaks them. They're like, oh, well, we had everyone covered, but the dude ran and got a first down. Like, there's nothing you can do. A running quarterback is very dynamic. That's why you see the NFL starting to adjust to it. They're like, you know what? That's an extra hat like we have to cover. And we don't have that extra hat. It's breaking our defense. That's something that Day's got to change because we have quarterbacks behind Sayin. If he gets hurt, and if that's the issue, if he gets hurt, we have serviceable quarterbacks. And my golly, more than a serviceable quarterback. This dude is a 3-time state champion or 3-time state all-star in different sports.
I think from now on, you're going to start seeing some packages with Kindholes coming in to do that.
Yeah, and I think that's why we saw it, probably. Yeah. Keep going. Keep going.
I really think you're going to start seeing that. And I think Sayin at times will scramble if he feels he needs to, but it's not even just the red zone in the end, in like the end zone where he's missing these open reads. There's a lot of other times where there's like a clear open read and he goes away from it too quick, or he's just not on it as quick as he needs to be. But I mean, if you look at his stats from this Ohio game, right? He was 25 for 32, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks, 347 yards. There was a couple of those passes that were like errant over a receiver or tight end's head or running back's head. But then there was 2, one dropped by Jeremiah Smith in the red zone, one in the end zone, one dropped by Carnell Tate in the end zone. Those are 2 touchdowns right there that got dropped in one-on-one coverage when those 2 receivers are so much better than those DBs that they were up against to make those catches. So that's a 5 touchdown day if those get caught, and that's an over 80% completion day with that. Now the first pick, not totally his fault, not the best read he could have made on that play. I'll give it that, but tip drill. I mean, that's just an unfortunate bounce of the ball. That second one though, that cannot happen ever again. That was a panic throw. You can't make panic throws like that. At that point, if you got that guy right on you, unfortunately, you just take the sack. As sucky as it is, and obviously in that situation of a game where I believe we were up by like two scores at that point, you just don't make that throw in any game. So he's got to learn from that. I'm sure they're watching the film diligently to be like, okay, here's what you need to do. You just, before you take this snap, just take a breath. I think you're getting in your own head a little bit too much, panicking, trying to make a play too fast or making it like way too slow. Just, you got to find a happy medium there. And Sayin's a smart guy. I mean, gosh, he's almost thrown for 800 yards at this point. Let's look at his completion percentage here. He's at a 78.9 completion percentage through 3 games. Goodness. Like, this guy is accurate. And honestly, a lot of times when he throws those deep balls, it looks like he's like not putting a lot on it, and it gets to the receiver. You know, he had that one against Texas that was a little underthrown that Carnell crowd in, but outside of that, he's pretty pinpoint with his passes. And again, reminds me a lot of one Aaron Rodgers. So he's going to be fine.
Absolutely.
I expected these mistakes early on. I expected him against Texas, and he didn't make them then.
I expected a lot more.
Yeah,
a lot more mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. And it's good he's gotten this out of the way now.
Yep.
So we can get it corrected in the next 2 weeks for his first true road test against a Washington team that's a dark horse in the Big Ten, and should be interesting to see how they unfold. But it's then after that, it's Minnesota, Wisconsin, and then we got that Illinois game that's poised to be a top 10 matchup, maybe top 5 if things shake out that way. So it's gonna be a grinder, but he's such a good quarterback, man. It's just he's got some things to learn. It's his 3rd game in. So
absolutely. I mean, and even a veteran quarterback is going to have some misreads. It's football, and you have a split second to make that decision. If your eyes aren't over to the right when it needs to be, you're going to miss an open guy. As long as you're getting the ball to someone and not getting tackled in the red zone, we're okay with it. All right. So, but what Billy said is absolutely true. They weren't drops. They were just good defensive plays.
Well, I understand that, but with those receivers, with those, and it hits their hands like that, and those receivers, that's a drop. That's a drop. You got to make those catches.
And the balls could have been a little bit higher.
They could have.
Yeah.
But especially the one with Jeremiah, that was right in his hand. Like, boy, come on now. You can't let that DB who's not even near your level get that out of your hands. You just can't. So.
Let's focus on another negative before we get into more positives for the season. All right. The other negative is I don't know if we know who our running back is yet. For sure. I mean, we know.
I think we do. I think we do.
Fans know. I don't think the coaches know. For sure.
I think they do now. They got to now, right?
There's an issue.
Like, come on.
Because Ryan Day brought it up. First thing he said was protect the football. He's got to protect the football. Like, he said, even it doesn't take a veteran coach to know, hey, there's talent there. And he said, and Bo definitely has talent. And you can see his eyes light up. Yeah, it's there. We were just talking about that as an offensive coaching staff, is what he said.
Yeah.
He knows the talent's there. There's something holding him back. He doesn't have 100% trust that he's not going to fumble the ball. Doesn't have 100% trust that he's not going to pick up that block on passing downs. And Day is is a guy that's going to string you along until he has that trust.
Yes.
Right? He's going to get you in a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more until you have developed his trust. And I get that. I mean,
yeah,
but some people just have that it factor, and Bo's one of those guys. He has that it factor. Get the balls in his hands.
I'm not saying he's exactly like this guy, but with him being a freshman, you got to kind of look back in Ohio State history and be like, okay,
Yeah,
I can't deny this guy.
Mhm.
It's a lot like Maurice Clarett.
Yeah. Changes how the offensive line blocks because he can get
Yes.
so skinny. If you saw the all 22 version of that play, you know,
Yes.
I noticed it. I focus really hard on running backs and how they hit the holes.
Yes.
But that's just where my mind goes all the time. So I could see how skinny he got in that 64-yard run. But that all 22 version, it jumps out at you.
Yes.
If you get to see that, I mean, he's like almost having to twist his shoulders. It's that skinny getting through that hole. And I don't think any other back on the team makes that run.
He hits the holes quicker.
Mm-hmm.
He has better vision.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why in only 2 games that he's been in, he already has more yards than the other 2.
You know,
he's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't deny him. He's got to get touches.
I agree with Billy on this. You're going to see the development of Peoples a little bit more when they open up the counter scheme offense. If you go back and look, I think it was in the 4th quarter, about 9:26 left on the clock. There was a counter run to Peoples for about 12 yards.
Yes.
It was blocked great.
Yes.
Minus Carnell Tate. He started to block it, but then let it loose.
Yeah.
Peoples is good if you can get him in space because he has the jets. I saw him again. I'll repeat this from previous podcasts. I saw him take a toss against this defense, just a simple toss to the short side of the field, to the house in practice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with my own eyes, that's fast. All right.
Yeah.
You don't take a toss against a defense like Ohio State to the house. It just doesn't happen. Not with the linebackers we got.
Yeah. But so Peoples is the back that you get in space, right?
Yep. Absolutely.
CJ Donaldson is the guy that you bully right up the gut. We saw him on a touchdown that was called back because he stepped out. We saw him bully a guy forward, right? Bo Jackson is the best of both worlds.
Yep.
And
he's a good mix.
You know, in this game against Ohio, Bo had 9 attempts. I believe Peoples had 7 and CJ had 9. I'm fine if we do that. If we keep it even kill amongst the 3. If you want to give Bo sprinkle a little bit more, that's fine. But if you notice, when Dave decided we need a spark, that's when Bo got in. And guess what we got? A spark.
Hey, if we're going on averages, though, Jeremiah Smith has the best average rushing.
I know.
17 yards per pop.
And I've been waiting for a play like that. I was waiting for that against Texas. I'm like, we got these receivers that you can get in motion and just there was a year under Urban Meyer where we ran that play with Paris Campbell all the time, where he'd go in motion and we just shovel the ball forward and he'd catch it and like we got guys like Brennan Ennis could be perfect on that play with his speed.
Absolutely.
I've been waiting for that play, and guess what happened? Scored a touchdown on that play. Shocker. So hopefully we see more of that, especially with the games coming up that we have. But yeah, Bo comes in and he goes for 12.1 a carry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hello, freshman.
You cannot deny him anymore.
No.
He has to play every game. If he starts a game, okay.
Yeah.
He's got to get the ball. Because what we wanted to see, we saw him against Grambling State. We was like, wow, this guy's pretty good, you know. And but you wanted to see him with the first team, and now we've seen him with the first team. He's still good.
With 18 carries. It's, almost half of CJ Donaldson's, and it's 7 less than Peoples.
Yes.
He has a lot more yards. I mean,
Has a
there's
lot
an
more.
outlier there. And yes, he had that 64-yard run, but you can't discount long runs. I mean, that's why you're a running back, right? You can't take that away from him. Someone else has got to make that. But I think you'll see Peoples develop. I wanted to be sold on CJ Donaldson, but unless he's just running straight ahead in short yardage, dude, he's not seeing the holes. He is just not seeing them.
Here's the potentially good thing about Bo Jackson being running back 1, if that's what Day chooses to do here.
They will. They have to.
Carlos Lachlan, the madman he is, will use that on the other 2 and say, you just got passed up by a freshman. What are you going to do about it?
Yep.
And get them to elevate their level of play to where Bo is. And then, unlike last year where we have a 2-headed monster at running back, all of a sudden we got a 3.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful problem to have at that position.
It's good to have depth. It's
a
little bit bad because you want to establish a rhythm. You don't want to take guys out when they're hot. And that's the thing about this offense. I think you're seeing more of an evolution in the offense too, where you're going to have guys playing roles just like you do on defense. And that's the other thing. Like, you can't read too much into, someone started this game on the defense or on the defensive line or at linebacker versus another, because Matt Patricia's known for that. If he sees a matchup that he wants to exploit, he may play another guy more. If he sees, maybe a characteristic of a defensive lineman, let's say, that's better suited to attack Washington, that defensive lineman might play more.
Right.
That's not unheard of. That is very Belichickian.
I like that, Belichickian.
Yeah.
That's great.
I still
I totally agree with you. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that this is probably the best and deepest tight end room we've had maybe in our lifetime. I mean, these tight ends are good.
Yeah, absolutely good.
They've done a great job at that room. And I think even with us, Max Clare hasn't hit his truest abilities yet.
He's still developing on blocking.
Yeah.
As a tight end.
So he's
much better, I'll add, in the Ohio game at his blocking. I saw him, one of CJ Donaldson's run where he didn't hit the hole. I saw him get to the second level. He made that first block, because they kind of used him as the H-back that was shooting over to block. He hit the first linebacker, then went to the second level to get to I think it was a safety, or it might have been another linebacker. One linebacker came in at the line, then he got to the next one, which was an evolution of the play. It's just it wasn't read correctly by the running back. Beside the point, he's out there doing his job. The wide receivers have a little bit of work to do in the blocking department.
Yeah. And they'll get there.
Some missed blocks for sure.
They'll get there. Because we've actually started to put an emphasis on that, as we saw last year, which was long overdue.
Yeah.
But this is the best tight end room we've had since 2019. So and it's deeper. We got like 3 to 4 tight ends that we can use in this offense. So, that's just a new little sprinkle to the offense that we have to account for now, which is a good problem to have as well. Yeah. And we've been finding a good way to get everybody the ball. So it's a nice little rotation going on here. Some things to iron out, but I think Brian Hartline's done a great job calling plays. It's just about getting the little mistakes here and there, finding those open reads, especially in the red zone. If we can get Julian to see those and gun for those, like especially on that first drive, he had CJ Donaldson wide open, and stuff like that. And Brandon Ennis on the one. Yep. I mean, that could have easily been a 7-touchdown day for Julian Sayin.
Yeah,
truly. So,
you're right. He's going to get there. It's just a matter of time. And when you have a young quarterback like that, you can't worry about some of these. Well, you can worry about it, I guess, because that's what we do. You can worry about it. You can want him to be perfect because that's what is expected at Ohio State, perfection at all times.
It's the nature of the beast. It's the
Yeah.
nature of
You came there,
wearing that scarlet jersey. You
Yep.
know, it comes
Yep.
with it, and you either crumble from it or you rise to the occasion. And we've seen many rise to the occasion. We've seen some crumble, but
We've seen some just move on. Just say,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm packing my bags. I'm going to Syracuse.
Yeah, I'd rather wear orange. Yep. So, I mean, I have every faith in Sayin. I think his skill set is something that we haven't seen in quite some time at the quarterback position at Ohio State, maybe since CJ. But he, I think he's, Denzel Burke even almost alluded to it, that he's in CJ Stroud air when it comes to his accuracy and just his overall quarterback play. So
I have one complaint: run the ball when it's open, man. You put so much stress on the defense and get down. Run it 5 yards and slide. I could care less. I don't care how far you run. Just show you can do it. Absolutely need to break the defense with your legs every once in a while. Doesn't have to be often. It doesn't have to be. It needs to be a couple times a game.
Yeah.
Twice a game.
And I'll agree with that too, because there was a couple times where he rolled out to try to extend a play and ended up doing like a little dump off pass. And there was that one to CJ where he ended up stepping out, where I'm like, boy, that DB was close. If that's a better DB, that's probably getting picked. So he's got to be careful with that. I get he trusts his accuracy and his arm enough to make that throw, and it was a nice throw. But if that DB breaks a little sooner, that's probably picked. So he's just got to be careful with that.
It's the same thing as a pass. You take what the defense gives you. If the defense is giving you the run, you take the run.
Yeah, you take
it's not that hard.
Absolutely.
Simple. And there's no reason not to. Absolutely zero reason.
Yeah, it won't shock me if we see packages with kind holes to come in. I know we said that before about like Devin Brown, and at times Day did that, but he never really fully committed to it. So we'll see.
Yeah. I think Day wants to get Keenholz an opportunity. I think he's earned it by having that iron Buckeye. It's just he can't without, he can't do that with Sayin being the passer that he is. Because Sayin's he's been like 79% as a first year starter.
Through 3 games. It doesn't matter what the opponents are. That's
against the number 1 team in the nation.
Yeah. One of them was the number 1 team in the country. So,
against Air, that's good.
If he stays in that 70% range all year,
he's number 2 in the nation.
That's
and
natty
he was number
level.
1.
Yeah, that's natty level right there. So
pretty soon we're going to get Cody Croy on here to talk about his articles with Buckeyes in the NFL and those recruits around the nation that are going to be Buckeyes shortly. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Other things that make you think this is championship level team. And I think that starts with Reese right in the middle, man, of that defense. Everything that he can do. I mean, you were high on him before. I think a lot of people were high on his athleticism, but seeing it on the field is different than being like, oh man, this is a spring game or spring team, spring practice, fall practice, if you want to call it that, training camp, All-American. Well, when you start to do it on the field, watch out. Everyone starts to know your name.
Yeah, that's always the kicker, right? We can always say, oh, this player's going to be good, but we don't know until we see him on the field. I had every confidence in Arvo Reese. I'm like, this guy's a freak of nature. He's from that Glenville pipeline, so he's got a dog in him.
Yep.
And I'm like, if he fails somehow with James Laurinaitis as his coach, boy, I question everything going forward with the linebackers. But he's exceeded my high expectations. I mean, he's leading the team in tackles. His closing speed is insane. He's long. He stretches the field like it's the easiest thing in the world to do. He's just always there. And that's a beautiful thing to have, especially when you got a guy like Caleb Downs. That's pretty much always there on every play, it seems. You got multiple guys like that on defense. That's a championship level defense right there.
Yeah.
And a test to Matt Patricia. Like, he's made this defense better.
A test to everyone in that defensive side.
Yes.
I mean, Walton, everyone. Everyone.
By the way, kudos to the defensive line for actually getting some sacks this game.
Oh, yeah.
Where was that last week when you could have gotten like 8 against Grambling State?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, kudos to them.
Yeah. Speaking of defensive line, Tywone Malone starting was interesting.
Yes.
Yeah. Edric Houston was showing out, all of fall camp.
Yeah.
Until he got hurt, obviously.
Yes.
And that put him out. And don't talk about Arvell Reese. NFL scouts might hear. Yeah, I think they've heard. His name's already there. And it is rising quickly to the top of boards.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. And K-Mac. We knew K-Mac was just going to light it up. We just wanted to see how often he could do it. Really. The consistency is what we needed because we only saw him in, goal line packages or, short down and distance last year. And he stuffed it every time. Well, he's stuffing it now the entire game. The more we can get out of him, the better this defense is going to be. We're seeing a little bit, we got Tywone Malone in there. Will Smith Jr. showing us a little bit. They haven't shown us real flashes of brilliance yet. But, man, these defensive ends are.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a little bit more out of Kenyatta Jackson, but you're seeing a lot out of Curry, especially last game.
Curry.
Bo Atkinson has shown flashes of brilliance.
Yeah, he finally got to eat this game.
Yeah.
I was happy about that. I'm like, well, welcome to the show, Bo. Let's keep that up.
Now let's go to the backfield. Holy Jalen McClain just turned the lights out on a receiver. I think it was a tight end for Ohio. He absolutely knocked the lights out, man. It was like, I'm pretty sure the dude's all stars because the way he got hit was amazing.
Yeah.
And that was Ransom style.
Yes.
Absolutely Ransom style. Just laid the wood. I want to see more of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you talked to Matt Patricia. I was in the room when he was doing his interview. I didn't get to ask him a question, but he did say, the thing about McClain is he's in there learning from Caleb Downs, and he's learning to communicate like Caleb Downs. That's eye-opening, man.
That's a hell of a teacher.
They call him Coach Downs.
Yep.
I mean, there's a reason, like, you can talk to him like a coach. And if McClain's picking that up and learning that study habit, and he's learning that intensity, and he's learning how to read offenses and how to line up specifically to confuse the offenses, my goodness, this is going to be a defense that just develops better and better and better.
I don't have worries about this defense.
No, zero.
And that kind of scares me a little in a way.
Yeah.
The only thing I could really highlight that would be a negative from that game was Lorenzo Styles, and it was only like 1 or 2 times where I could look at him and be like, ugh. Hopefully he's okay, by the way, because obviously he got hurt. But Bryce West came in and played pretty solid in his absence. So we just got a lot of depth in that backfield, man. And
I thought
Iggy held a little bit at one point, and I think got called for it. But outside of that, Iggy's improved. He's not a flag machine like he was last year.
I thought Sanchez went in when
they said Bryce West went in. Sanchez might have got some snaps.
And they moved Jermaine Matthews. I think they moved him to nickelback.
Yeah, but they when he went out, they said Bryce West is in now. So they might have just been like flipping at that point.
Maybe
flip personnel in.
I would go back and look at that.
Yeah, I'll have to as well. But regardless, we got guys that can just step in. And
Aaron Scott can step in there too.
Yeah, Lorenzo's played great. I mean, he just had one where got burnt and then tackled really crappy. You know what I mean? But this defense, I mean, gosh, if they hold Washington to under 10 points, I'm gonna be like, boy, how don't we win a natty with this? You know what I mean? Because the offense is pretty damn good themselves. So it's like we got the only thing that could stop us at that point is the special teams, which, hey, Jaden Fielding got some practice in. That's good. But
yeah, we wanted to see a couple field goals, not in those circumstances, but
yeah, I just need championship level punting and punt returning and stuff like that, and I'll be set.
All right. You just brought up another subject for me, and it's going to piss me off because I cannot stand those people that are like, why would you have Jeremiah Smith returning punts? Why the hell wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? The whole you're getting hurt argument, throw that shit out the window. That's just nonsense. You can get hurt playing wide receiver. You get the guys that, hey, you're going to complain that no one's trying to get a good dude the Heisman, that you're not hyping them up enough. You know, one way you get a Heisman, returning a punt for a touchdown in a big game. That gets you some attention real quick.
Or have Caleb Downs back there because that seems to work.
You have Caleb Downs too. You know what the problem is? I saw it in the spring game, and I deleted the videos because I was like, you know what? I don't want to show those. It was just nonsense. It's not anything positive. But they were dropping punt after punt after punt practicing in the spring game. I saw it in a couple practices too. It's the way they're practicing. They got to catch those punts. They're taking time off in special teams. Not something I like to see.
Well,
Bryson Rodgers is also a good one to return punts.
Here's one of the biggest problems right now with the punt returning. Brandon Ennis doesn't know when to hold them or when to fold them.
Mm-hmm.
When there's so many times where he has enough space to where if he just catches it, he'll get yards, but he waves it too early.
Yeah.
And then there's other times where he doesn't have the space at all, and he doesn't wave it, and he's not going anywhere, and he's risking fumbling the ball and giving the ball to the other team. So between that and our punting issues that we have at times, it's like, boy, we got to start. I said it on another podcast the other day. I said, hey, Jim Tressel, I know you're the lieutenant governor. You'll probably end up being the governor of Ohio here in 5 seconds, but you want to do double duty and be our special teams coach? You want to just come back? I mean, you're around the program a lot more these days anyway. Just come back, be the special teams coach or a special teams counselor, advisor, whatever title need be. Just put your fingerprints on the special teams so we can get it back up to snuff.
Let's just say this, and I'll close my argument about Jeremiah Smith returning punts. Let's say Ted Ginn was too important as a wide receiver that you don't let him return punts.
Those Buckeye teams end up a lot different.
That sounds idiotic, right?
But the counter argument, him being on special teams was a huge reason why 41-14 happened in the Natty. We probably still lose big, but I don't think it's 41-14 big. I think it's like 41-24-ish if he doesn't get hurt. Because him being out of the offense the rest of that game really limited us in a lot of ways.
But it's football. Injuries are going to happen.
I get it. And we're a lot better off at wide receiver. We're a lot better off at wide receiver than we were back then, obviously. We have a lot of guys. But
I agree with that. But
Jeremiah Smith.
When you need a spark, like if someone returns a touchdown in a big game on a punt return, I know it's not going to happen all the time. Even a big setup, if you give good field position, that's worth a big throw and a big catch. Are you going to take him off the field catching the ball because you're like, you know what? He could get hurt on this play. We're just going to take him out. Honestly, that's a pussy argument.
I think Brandon Ennis.
Stop playing football if you're going to have that argument because it's a violent sport and people are going to get hurt.
I get it. I think Brandon Ennis is a good option. He's just got to learn when to hold him and when to fold him. If he does that, he can be a great returner.
Yes. I've always been.
They just got to
your best 11 out there, no matter what.
They just got to coach him better on that, and they're not putting enough of an emphasis on special teams as a whole. And it's shown the last 4 or 5 seasons. They got to get back to putting emphasis on that.
And Joseph, you brought up another point, but I got to get Cody in here. Thank you for joining us, Joseph. Cody, we
took care of each other's rivals. Yeah, we did.
Definitely did. Hey, I'll put that up there real quick. Which brings me to another point, and I'll bring it right back after we get Cody because we got to talk to Cody about Buckeyes in the NFL and Buckeyes at the high school ranks. He writes the articles every week, and man, oh man, do you got to read those. college football backers, cfbackers.com. Check out what Cody has there. If you want to follow him on Twitter, go follow Cody Croy on Twitter. He's got some good stuff. Cody, what's up, my man?
How you guys doing?
Great. Tell us about. You want to start with the NFL?
Yeah, absolutely.
Buckeyes in the NFL. Let's do it.
So the most impressive, I think, was Josh Simmons. Obviously, Chiefs fall to 0-2, but he's looked like their main bright spot. I mean, no sacks allowed.
Athletic
What's that?
tackle in the NFL. The most athletic tackle in the NFL.
I think so. I mean,
He's
no
nuts.
sacks allowed. 87 PFF grade. He's looked unbelievable. Jack Sawyer picking up his first NFL sack. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then
Love that.
my personal favorite, Zach Harrison,
Yeah.
sacking J.J. McCarthy.
Oh yeah.
I used it
Caused
as
him
my
to
cover.
fumble, right?
Yeah, forced
Yeah.
fumble and 3 other tackles. I used it as my cover photo in my article. Awesome.
Nice. Yes.
Loved it.
Dude, I love that. I love that. Absolutely love it.
Did
Columbus
you guys-
born, Columbus bred.
Absolutely. I believe he went to Olentangy. He went to Olentangy something.
One of those Olentangies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one of the 80 of them.
Yeah. JSN, 8 catches, 103 yards. He hasn't found the end zone, but he'll get there.
But
He's
you know
getting
who
me
has?
fantasy points.
But you
Yeah,
know
for
who
sure.
has?
For sure. I'm glad to have him on my team for sure.
Same.
Yeah.
Who's getting
Buckeye
fantasy
wide
points?
receivers not making the end zone. It's almost unheard of because who else is scoring at will? Emeka Ibuka.
Yeah. Yeah, he looked great again. Another touchdown. I believe he has touchdowns in 4 out of 8 quarters.
4 out of 8 quarters.
It's unbelievable.
Just throw him the damn ball.
Yeah.
My goodness. My
Yeah.
goodness. And he could have been a bigger part of getting or receiving the ball last year. I mean, he still was. And people forget that he's the all-time leading receiver
Yeah.
at Ohio State.
Yeah. Receptions.
Receptions, yeah.
It's tough because he was, obviously overshadowed by number 4.
Yeah. And
So,
But not
so-
overshadowed in our hearts.
no.
But so will the rest of everyone that ever plays the game.
Yes.
I got laughed at on TikTok back when he got drafted when I said, offensive rookie of the year loading. They said he'll never play.
I think right now he's the front runner.
Oh,
In
there
my
we
opinion.
go. There's another Chris Joseph. Chris Joseph is a huge OU fan. He said Ohio State connection.
Well, we
Late-
don't care about
OU.
Baker Mayfield. Screw that guy. Okay.
Well, you're just mad because your Brownies can't make
I have
the
my
game.
Browns.
I'm not a Browns fan. I'm a Packers fan.
Oh,
That-
you don't like his flag planting.
That douchebag desecrated my field, and I was at that game and I didn't see it. But had I been there, I probably would have went to prison.
I don't mind it from him. I do mind it from Michigan. That's different. I looked at it like,
He's
I
the
hate you,
reason
but
that started. That
Yeah.
douchebag.
that may be true. That may be true.
Screw Baker.
But it didn't matter as much when he did it. At the time, yeah, I was like, my heart sunk a little bit. I was like, I cannot believe that just happened. But looking back on it, I was like, I probably would have done the same thing.
You know why he did it? He got mad that we sang our fight song to our fans in the crowd in Norman after we beat them. He said that was disrespectful. I said we do that even when we lose on the road. I'm like, you
So
whiny
does
little,
every other
you
team.
whiny little. Yeah, see, Chris said you guys started your. No, we didn't. We didn't flag your field. We went and sang our fight song or alma mater song to our fans, and then we got off the field. That's all we did. And we
You know who
mocked your
started it?
we mocked your backup quarterback saying the basic defense thing.
Yeah.
But we
That's
didn't
what
do
I was gonna say.
anything to
That's who
disrespect
started
you.
it. That's who
didn't
started it.
We didn't start anything. Baker
Basic
Mayfield's
defense.
just a whiny little punk who decided to desecrate our field. Screw that guy, but if he makes Emeka Ibuka look better, I'll forgive him a little bit.
Well, he's throwing them the damn ball. That's for sure.
Make him offensive rookie of the year, and I'll forgive Baker a little bit.
I
Not
believe
fully.
I believe my brothers were at that game, the Oklahoma versus Ohio State game, whenever he did that.
I was at the Ohio State versus Oklahoma game when Noah Brown just went off.
I was at the one that we lost when he did that. I was not happy. I was not happy.
I have a streak of just liking to go to away games.
I was at that Virginia Tech game we lost too.
I just attended my first game this past weekend.
Dude,
we
that's
saw.
funny.
We
Out
saw
on the field, man.
Well,
yeah, it was awesome.
Woo. Yeah.
Were you a little nervous for a bit there? You're like, oh no, I'm not about to see us screw the pooch to Ohio, right?
No, I mean, I believe that they had it the whole time. Obviously, it was not a clean game. Like you guys were talking about before, Sayin wasn't completely clean, but I'm always going to believe in my Buckeyes no matter what.
Still play pretty good, despite having his worst game to date. So can't really complain. But
all right,
the one in
Norman, Joe Mixon dropped the kick return, and it shouldn't have counted.
I slightly remember that.
Yeah, I forgot about that play.
Yeah,
when he ran it back.
Either way, we blew that ass out, so it doesn't really matter anyway, right? We stormed Norman.
And the worst part about that game was the delay. I went into the stadium early, and then it had a 2-hour delay. So you can't leave and return. So you just had to sit there and wait for the rain to blow over. It was awful. Absolutely awful.
Hey, team up north. Not everybody can win in Norman. It's not made for everybody.
Hey, and speaking of that, we got to get a big Go Big Red. I am a huge Nebraska fan right now. Absolutely.
Here's my corn hat.
Oh, you know what?
I don't got one, but you got one? Oh boy. Oh, from your
Nebraska fan, baby.
From your escapades when your Big Ten backers. Love that. I love that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you better be wearing that all game long. Go Huskers, baby.
This weekend, I'm not taking this hat off.
Former Ohio State Buckeye Dylan Raiola. No, I'm just kidding.
That's right.
I'm just kidding. I hope they win by 100.
You know what? I might rock with this hat the rest of the podcast just because I'm a huge Huskers fan. I'm a huge Huskers fan.
Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do. That's a little corny, but do what you got to do.
Yeah, it's 100% worth it.
100%
worth it. All right, Cody.
Let's talk about these high school players.
Yeah.
Well, I've been raving about him ever since we've been doing this, but Brock Boyd again, 7 catches, 93 yards, 2 touchdowns. The guy's unbelievable.
Does that kid ever not show out?
I don't think so. The guy's unbelievable. South Lake Carroll. He went off. Luke Fahey, another really good game, 234 yards, 2 touchdowns. That quarterback room is going to be crowded in a couple years, but that's a good problem to have. So,
is it weird that this corn's making me hungry?
No. now, Cody, with Brock Boyd, he's not gonna Quinn Ewers us, is he? He's not gonna come here for a year, take the money, and go to Texas. Same school, same high school.
You know what? If he wants to get developed by the best, I would recommend that he stays. But anything can happen in the NIL.
And that's approved by Cody Croy. That's approved by him. So y'all better listen out there, wide receivers. You don't ditch us for Texas just because you're from Texas, okay?
Yeah, I mean, we saw it with Ewers. I think that if he would have stayed at Ohio State, he wouldn't have been a 6th-round pick. But
his legacy is a lot different, I think.
Absolutely.
And maybe Ohio State's is. I don't. Maybe we don't win the net. I don't know. I think it worked out for us in the end, and not so much for him.
Absolutely. Quay Guilford again, 6 catches, 66 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He's been unbelievable. But
Weird. These receivers that we recruit are just showing out.
Shocker.
Wide receiver, you.
JSN says we're not.
But the most impressive, and the one that I want to get to the most, is Caden Dixon-Wyatt. 5 catches, 165 yards, 2 touchdowns. Should have been more. Very controversial call that caused Mater Dei to lose versus Centennial. Their first loss to a team that wasn't the state championship in over 2 years, I believe. So really a crazy game that came down to who had possession. They ruled it in favor of the DB, and Mater Dei lost.
Wow.
Crazy. Was it a simultaneous catch situation?
Yes.
Well, that always goes to the receiver. How did they say that? That was wow.
They ruled in favor of the DB.
That is a
what was the name of the school? Centennial?
Centennial. Yes, I believe they're California based too.
We'll have to look at that play because if it's simultaneous catch, the rule is it goes to receiver no matter what.
It was on Max Preps as far as I know.
That's crazy.
That's one I want to see. I definitely want to see that play.
Did
you include that in your article?
The clip, I don't think so.
Let me look this. Hold up.
I think that's going to be an edited ad. I want to see that in the article. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
you got it?
Anyone else? What was the player's name again?
Caden Dixon Wyatt.
Caden Dixon Wyatt.
You know, only the second best wide receiver on the team.
Absolutely. I don't think you'll lose many games throwing to Chris Henry Jr. and Caden Dixon Wyatt. And USC commit Mark Bowman.
Is that the tight end?
Yes.
I thought he was thinking about flipping.
Really? I did not hear that.
I thought that there were some rumors about that.
They're comparing him to Brock Bowers.
Terry Brown, sorry. Go Huskers. Yeah, absolutely. Big Huskers fan. Great crowd, great fans. It's awesome to see them. Hopefully they do well. Dylan Raiola better show out because he's going to need to. I don't think this is a bad Michigan team, to be honest with you. Did you find it?
I'm looking.
Oh, come on.
You're watching it. Dude, I want to see this play.
That is an utter failure by the refs. There is no shot here. I'll put it in the private chat here. It's in that article. Oh, gosh.
All right.
They got jobbed. That is that's simultaneous catch. That's a wide receiver catch. That is insanity to me.
They wanted them to lose.
Must have, because like if even if you have like no clue who got it first, if you see two of them fighting for the ball as a ref, it's the wide receiver's ball.
You always rule in favor of the wide receiver.
And in high school, obviously, there's not the instant replay we have at the next level where you could actually probably tell about that. Mm-hmm. But that makes it even more so the receiver's ball.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely nuts.
Let's get into this. We got to talk a little bit of Washington. You know, first glance. Cody, I thank you for joining us, my man.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me.
Pleasure to have you on for this. This is a great segment, man. Thanks a lot.
I'm glad you enjoyed your first game, sir.
It was amazing. I can't wait to come back.
It's always a great time going to the shoe.
Absolutely. Yep. Thank you, guys.
You'll see more of that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
All right, peace out.
See ya.
Okay. So first glance, Washington, what do you think? What do you think we have to do to come out of there with the W? All right. And who do we got to stop?
Well, this is going to be, I won't say the first true test, obviously, because Arch was supposed to be the first mobile quarterback we played, and then that Navarro last week. We did pretty well against both of them, but I think this guy and his mobility is going to be an even bigger test for us. If we can contain him, take away his threat to run, and really just get the pressure on. I want to see more pressure from the D-line this game, especially. Get them rattled very early and often. I think Ohio State can win this going away pretty simply. But if we allow him time to extend plays, run on us and stuff like that, we're going to see this defense bend a lot more. And then it's a matter of, do they break? Obviously, I think this is going to be the first game a team scores over 10 on us. I think it's pretty inevitable. But I feel like if we can hold them in the low 20s in this game, it's completely winnable.
I don't think they'll get to 20.
I hope not. I would love to see us hold them under 20. But I think that's going to be the true key. I'm not worried about our offense. I think we'll get that red zone stuff ironed out. Hopefully in this game we'll take advantage more of just making big plays deep that go for touchdowns and avoiding the red zone. But if we do get in the red zone, I think we'll iron it out. So I'm not concerned about it. And Bo Jackson has shown himself at the right time to where he could be a weapon that we can use to get things going. So I think truly how much pressure we get on Damon Williams Jr. is going to be the caveat here.
Is he a junior? Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah, yep. I think we'll do a solid job. But I'd like to see us get like 3 to 4 sacks on him as well, and I think that'll really win the game for us in the end. So that's my big thing.
I think the biggest key, just jumping off it, it's Jonah Coleman. You got to stop him. He's the one that makes it go. Damon Williams Jr. He's great, but I think this defense has what it takes to stop the running quarterback. They showed it last week. They showed it the first week.
Yep.
Stay in your lanes. Don't let them get outside contain.
Yep.
And you're going to get some pressure on him. He's going to scramble. I don't think he's a great passer either. He has 2 passing touchdowns on the year. And they played Colorado State. And who was the other one? Colorado State and I can't remember.
UC Davis.
UC Davis, yeah.
Yeah.
And in Colorado State, I don't think this is a good defense by Washington either. They gave up 21 points to Colorado State.
Yeah, and they let a FCS team score on them. I can't relate to that. We beat our 70-0. So yeah, and I mean that's why that Jonah Coleman has 7 rushing touchdowns. He got 5 of them on UC Davis. So they just pounded the rock the entire time with him. He's a great running back though. We can't let him get out of space. We gotta stifle him. I think if we do that and we make Damon Williams Jr. uncomfortable all game, we'll be set.
It's going to be a good test for our defensive line to see where they're at, to see how much they can stack up against this offensive line. That's got to be good if Jonah Coleman's that good, right?
Right.
Because he was good last year. He's good this year. That offensive line's doing their job.
Yeah. And of course, I mean, they don't have the wide receivers they've had in the past that we're used to. But, Washington, you got to always know that they have some receivers that are pretty talented in their own right. So, I mean, we poached a guy out of their backyard in Emeka Egbuka, and we saw how that turned out. So, they got some talent there. But obviously, nothing our secondary shouldn't be able to handle, to be honest. I'm not worried about our defense in this game at all. I just need them to get some pressure on the quarterback, and I think we'll be fine.
The other thing that I need to see is take that crowd out of it early. If they march down and score right away, that place is going to get ruckus real quick. If we can march down and score right away, you're going to take the crowd out of it real quick, because this fan base is like kind of a what have you done for me lately. If they're doing good, they show up to games. If they're not doing good, people are going to leave.
And obviously we have Washington fans that say, you thought Autzen was bad, this place bad. We've played at Washington before, Husky fans. I don't know if you remember that. We got told that your boy Jake Locker was gonna throw all over us and run all over us, and I think Ohio State won like by 3 touchdowns, something like that.
Yeah, and they quieted the crowd real quick there, but
definitely got to quiet it quick.
This is a different Ohio State team than we had back then. Even.
Absolutely.
I mean, the talent on this team is insane.
Leaps and bounds better. Yeah. It's across the board. So, what do you think the score is going to be?
I haven't dove into it enough, like at first glance score.
Yeah.
31-12.
That's around what I have. I have 38-14. I think we can do that. At worst, like 38-21. Maybe they do get in the 20s. It'll just depend on how much pressure we get on Damon Williams. I
don't think they have a good defense.
Yeah.
I don't think that they have enough to force our defense and score on our defense, because they don't have a good passing game.
Yeah.
I don't think Damon Williams Jr. is a good passer. He's a good runner. So can we stop the run? I want to see what our defensive line does. If our defensive line shows up strong, it might get ugly.
I'd like to see us get at least 2 turnovers. this game.
That's the other thing.
I'm upset we didn't get them last game.
We're even on turnovers.
Yeah, because those picks. Yeah, but
so
I'd like to see us get a couple.
We need to be positive in the turnover margin.
Yeah,
we need to be a positive in the turnover margin type team. Like not giving away. We want to take it. Give me my ball back. All right, because we want to score. Yeah. That mentality's got to keep increasing throughout the season. That's the one part of the defense that we're missing. Because if you go back to like the 2002 defense, what did they like when we really needed it? Gamble was going to get a pick. Someone was going to get a fumble. It was just going to happen. Will Smith Sr. was going to get a strip sack. Something was going to happen,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Washington's defense has been tested nearly enough yet. Right now they're ranked 19th in the country. We're ranked 14th, but I think that's pretty misleading given the fact that so far they played one less game. They're about to play Washington State. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But
that's what's going to be nice.
Yeah.
Being able to scout them.
Yeah, scout them for an extra week while we are prepping just for them, and stuff like that. So I think that we'll be fine. I mean, maybe for like a half it's close, and then we pull away just like we did this last game.
Well, I'm going to be there. I'm flying out.
Yeah. Heck
flying
yeah.
out Tuesday.
One of these days I'll put that on my list. I got other places I want to go first before I go to Washington, but
I like to see different stadiums. So getting to away games is huge for me. I like to see the different atmosphere. I just love college football in general. And you know what? One of my podcast hosts lives in Seattle. So
I was gonna say, you seeing your boy Matt?
Seattle Matt. Yeah, heck yeah.
Nice.
There's about a group of 7 of us all getting together from all across the country to have a good time out there.
Good stuff.
You'll
have to awesome. Take lots of pictures and videos to show us. And
it'll be all over. It will be all over. Anything else that stands out to you about this Buckeye team 3 games in?
No, they outside of some turnovers and stuff like that, I think this team is on a good pace. There's a lot of things to get better at. We had a big question answered. I think in the fact that we were worried about that run game, and we were like, is it the offensive line not blocking well, or is it the running back? Well, we put a different running back in that seems to hit the holes just fine. So I think we solved that a little bit. We just got to get those other 2 backs up to snuff. And and defensively, I think create more turnovers, get more pressure, and we'll be looking at this team as a top 4 seed and come January. And then it's off to the races from there.
This through 3 games, they're ranked number 1 for a reason. This is a team that can repeat.
This is a team that can go to Indy.
Can this be the first ever repeat in Ohio State history?
It's trending that way.
Talk about setting yourself up as a legend.
Yeah.
Ryan Day could go from the lowest of lows to the highest of highs and be on the dynasty watch.
Because it's like I said preseason, I said I don't see this team winning it, but 2026's team I think has a really good shot.
Oh yeah.
Boy, if we end up pulling it off this year and adding another one of these to the hat collection, could be a 3-peat.
3-peat. Yeah, man, we can't start throwing that around.
One at a time. I got to see us win in Ann Arbor first, okay? That'll be the true test for me. We win in Ann Arbor this year. I don't care how bad or good they are. Then I'm like, all right, we've gotten over that hump. We go to Indy, get our conference back where it belongs, okay? And then get to the playoffs and attack our 2nd national championship in a row.
The attacking national champs.
The
Ohio State Buckeyes.
We ain't defending nothing. We're attacking. Okay. Love it.
Yeah, I want to see more counters, counter schemes like they had last year.
With Peoples.
With Peoples in, yeah. You're gonna see Peoples take one of these to the house, and then everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, all right, now I know."
See, that's the thing. That's the thing I was hoping Day did before half.
Mhm.
Try that play that you did in the Cotton Bowl.
Go ahead and throw out that screen. Yeah.
What do you got to lose at that point? You know, maybe maybe Peoples breaks it like Trey did, but he didn't. He took a knee, and I was like, no.
Now Trey's got second level even in the NFL.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
That's what it is.
Well, hey man, what a wonderful show. Thanks for joining us. You are now officially a Buckeye backer. You've been on here, what, 3 weeks in a row? And several times during the off season.
Been here a
Appreciate
while.
it, brother. Hey,
Yep.
football knowledge, great. Yeah,
Appreciate
our connection when we're talking, great. It's been awesome, man. So
Yep.
getting one of these red Buckeye backers hats from Branded Bills.
Love
Not
it.
gonna lie, it's one of the best hat companies there is. It's right
Love
up there.
Love it.
All right.
Looks slick.
So I gotta get your stuff, send it to you sometime. So
Bet.
here it comes, brother. Peace
yeah.
out. God bless.
Oh,
Give me
wait.
that OH. There we are. I knew it was coming.
Always. Go Bucks.
Go Bucks. Peace out.